Your guardian angels are so proud of you, and they wish to share insight in the form of this lucky message. First and foremost, you are not broken. You are becoming. And the moment you choose to meet yourself with curiosity rather than criticism, everything starts to shift. The angels say, it's in that very shift, subtle as it may seem, that something powerful begins to stir. You start to catch yourself in moments of self-doubt and gently interrupt the thought. You pause before rushing to judgment. You begin to ask yourself, what if I treated myself with the same patience I offer to others? That question alone opens a door. You've carried so much without applause and navigated so many unknowns without a roadmap, and still here you are, showing up seeking healing. That's a remarkable strength. Most people don't even realize how brave it is to choose growth over comfort, to sit with yourself and your story without turning away. But you do. You're doing it right now. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to constantly prove your worth through what you do, who you please, or what you've overcome. There is value in your breath, in your heartbeat, in the quiet ways you show up, even when no one else sees. And perhaps that's the part you've forgotten. How much strength it takes to keep going without recognition. But look at you. You've made it through moments no one else knows about. You've been the calm in storms that threaten to undo you. Just because your victories weren't witnessed doesn't mean they weren't real. They live in your body, in your resilience, in the quiet confidence that grows each time you rise again. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you paused to acknowledge how far you've come? Not with criticism, but with awe. There are pieces of your story that only you will ever fully understand, and that makes them sacred. You don't need the world's permission to celebrate your becoming. It's already happening. And if no one has told you lately, you're doing better than you think. Growth is not always loud or visible. Sometimes it's in the way you no longer let your thoughts spiral. Sometimes it's in the way you speak to yourself with a little more kindness, even if only for a moment. These are not small things. They are signs of transformation taking root beneath the surface. So, what if you started noticing those small shifts as evidence of your strength? What if you gave yourself credit for the healing you're doing, even if it's still in progress? You're not falling behind. You're moving at the pace that your soul needs. Trust that. That is the start of real self-discovery, the realization that your existence carries meaning, even when it feels ordinary. You've likely given so much of your energy to others, to being enough, doing enough, holding it all together. But now, the invitation is to come home to yourself, to listen to what you need, to acknowledge the small moments that spark light in you, even if they seem insignificant to the world. Self-discovery is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. You are more precious than you know, and this path you're on, it's not leading you away from yourself, it's leading you right back. Of course, that return can feel messy at times. You might question if you veered too far off course, or wonder why it took so long to recognize your own value. But let this be a reminder. Detours are part of the design. Every step, even the uncertain ones, has brought you closer to the truth of who you are. So ask yourself, What parts of me have I abandoned in order to belong? And am I ready to welcome them back? Because returning to yourself doesn't mean starting over. It means gathering the pieces of your experience and realizing they've always pointed toward home. You were never as lost as you feared. You were simply exploring, learning, shedding what wasn't really yours. You are more valuable than you can ever imagine, and it all begins with the decision to slow down and truly see yourself. Not the version shaped by expectations, comparisons, or past mistakes, but the one who has always existed underneath all of that. I repeat, you are more valuable than you can ever imagine, and your journey to self-discovery starts with a simple choice: to be the person in the mirror. Coincidentally, this brings us to the synchronicity sign that has long been embedded into the tapestry of your soul, the mirror. When you begin to notice mirrors, cracked ones, unexpected reflections, dreamlike surfaces, pay attention. The mirror is a symbol of self-realization. It appears when you are being called to look within, not with judgment, but with honesty and tenderness. The mirror reflects more than your appearance. It shows you the emotions you've buried, the strengths you've forgotten, and the healing that's quietly underway. It may come at moments when you're unsure of who you are or where you're headed, but that's when its presence matters most. It asks you to pause, to reconnect, to see that you are still whole, even in moments of doubt. This sign often precedes breakthroughs in confidence, self-trust, and emotional clarity. The world around you might not change overnight, but your relationship with yourself will. And that's what unlocks new opportunities, connections, and joy. So, if a mirror catches your eye, take a breath. A shift is occurring. You're not lost. You're being returned to your true reflection. You don't need to rush into becoming anything. The version of you that exists at this moment is enough. There is no timeline for healing and no deadline for clarity. Self-discovery isn't a finish line you cross. It's a quiet, ongoing relationship with yourself, one built on honesty, patience, and compassion. So ask yourself gently, what part of me am I ready to reconnect with? Maybe it's your creativity. Maybe it's your joy. Maybe it's simply your sense of peace. Whatever it is, it's been waiting, not to judge you, but to walk with you as you begin again. And you are allowed to begin again, as many times as it takes. Let yourself soften. You've spent enough time trying to be strong in ways that made you hard on yourself. Now, strength can look like grace, the kind that says, I can rest now, or I'm allowed to not have it all figured out. You deserve that kind of love from yourself. You always have. And remember, self-discovery isn't always about answers. Sometimes it's about asking better questions. What brings me peace? What brings me joy? What am I no longer willing to carry? Keep asking. Keep listening. The answers will come, not all at once, but in the moments you choose to be present. I want to end with a prayer for you. Lord, remind them that they are not broken, but beautifully becoming. Let them see their worth in the quiet resilience they carry and the gentle ways they continue to rise. Help them welcome every part of themselves with grace, especially the ones they once abandoned to survive. May they look into the mirror not with judgment, but with love that heals. Amen. Your guardian angels depart with these words. Don't allow yourself to be bogged down by the twisted perspective of past faults. Instead, Allow yourself to be proud of your accomplishments and know deep down that everything will be okay. Type 444 to claim this message and the blessings inside for your own. Try and leave a positive comment for other viewers who might need a positivity boost in their day. The universe sees it as an act of kindness that fuels the cycle of good karma. You'll be spreading positivity and receiving the universe's blessings in return. Let's uplift each other and create waves of good energy together. I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. An important message is waiting for you in the next video. Will you hear it?